This tablet is shockproof, waterproof, has military-grade certified toughness, and a huge 20,000 mAh battery that can even charge your smartphone like a power bank. Plus, you can insert a SIM card and actually make phone calls from it. Sounds crazy, right? Let's inspect. Hi, I'm the Techmishka, great to see you. And this here definitely is a niche product. HOTWAV are trying to build devices focused on endurance, durability, massive batteries, make them suitable for outdoor use, camping, extreme environments, the situations where survival matters more than the elegance. I'm not someone who goes camping every weekend. My normal use case for a tablet is while traveling, maybe for lightweight work, a little bit of multimedia. So I forced myself to use the HOTWAV R9 Pro Max, that's the full name. I forced myself to use it more than usual, actively in everyday life, productivity, hotspot usage, browsing various websites, replacing some of the tasks I would usually do on my smartphone. And all of that in order to understand whether this thingy actually makes sense outside of marketing photos with mountains and tents. And yes, the video is sponsored by HOTWAV. It's a company that I've known for long enough. And one of the reasons I continue working with them is because they allow creative freedom and don't try to control the narrative or hide any of the drawbacks. So let me show you what this tablet feels like in real life. If I had to describe the first impressions with one word, it would definitely be heavy. You feel it immediately during the unboxing. This is not the kind of tablet you casually hold with 2 fingers while sitting on a couch. The weight instantly reminds you that inside there's a gigantic battery and a heavily protected chassis. But at the same time, the included accessories are surprisingly generous. There's an additional tempered glass protector in the box, which is a nice bonus on top of the already pre-installed protective film. My recommendation? Keep that factory protector for as long as possible. You also get a fast charger included, which nowadays sadly feels like a luxury. And here's something I didn't expect at this price, a stylus pen. One thing you should absolutely do after unboxing is remove the stickers from the back and read the warning around the yellow section carefully. That area hides one of the most insane features of this device, the camping LED flashlight. The LED consumes roughly around 1 amp of power at peak brightness. This is enormous for a built-in tablet light. HOTWAV includes a dedicated camping lights app to control this, but thankfully you can also add a quick toggle shortcut in the Android setup. I do wish that long pressing the quick toggle opened the full app directly, because currently it doesn't. Exploring it further, and on the side you're going to find this protected SIM tray area where you can install both a SIM card and a micro SD card for storage expansion. Because of the waterproof sealing, opening the protective cover is not super easy. You may actually need a small pry tool or even a needle to remove it properly. The USB Type-C port is also protected behind a rubber sealing cap. The construction feels convincing enough for me to trust the waterproof claims. In fact, I tested it. Water exposure? No issue. Splashing? Fine. Submerging? Also fine. So at least from my experience, this is a survivor. HOTWAV also offers optional accessories and mounting solutions that allow you to carry the tablet more comfortably or attach it to various surfaces using a stand. If you care about what is on the inside, this buddy runs on an octa-core processor from Unisoc. Now, Unisoc processors are usually found in budget-oriented devices and rugged hardware, so you should immediately adjust expectations accordingly. Gaming performance is not impressive despite the high refresh rate display. Heavy games can run, but it's not a gaming tablet. However, for normal usage, it is completely fine. Web browsing, YouTube, Netflix, conference calls, hotspot usage, document editing, social media, streaming or multimedia, all of this works well enough if you don't expect flagship level speed. You can even do some light photo and video editing. Where it struggles is sustained heavy workloads and CPU-intensive operations. As for the specs, HOTWAV includes 6GB of physical RAM with virtual RAM expansion up to 20GB total. Storage is 256GB, which is quite generous for this category. There also is 5G connectivity, there is dual-band Wi-Fi, stereo speakers, infrared night vision functionality, that's through the camera, and of course the ruggedized chassis. And let me tell you where the compromises are. There is no automatic brightness sensor for the screen. That means brightness adjustment is fully manual all the time. 6 GB of RAM, it is acceptable today, but it's close to the minimum comfort zone for Android in 2026. For the display, it is large and functional. It is not particularly vibrant or premium looking compared to something like the iPad or the Xiaomi Pad. You do get multiple refresh rate modes, including up to 120 Hz, which actually helps the UI feel smoother while still remaining relatively power efficient. Touch responsiveness is good, and paired with the stylus, the tablet becomes usable for note-taking and sketches. But visually, it's not a cinematic OLED experience. This is more of a practical, outdoor-oriented LCD display built for functionality rather than beauty. Okay, now let's shift the discussion. Next topic is cameras. The main rear unit is rather basic. It technically supports HDR mode, but realistically, you should mostly rely on your smartphone if camera quality matters to you. But the second camera is quite cool. The infrared night vision could be very useful. Uses dedicated infrared LEDs to illuminate dark environments and lets you see things that would normally remain invisible to the human eye at night. For example, I use it to observe the sensors of my robot vacuum in darkness, something you normally can't really see without a dedicated equipment. And yes, there is also a front-facing camera for video calls. The battery life here is absolutely insane, and honestly, it has to be. Because the tablet is carrying this huge 20,000 mAh battery inside, to put that into perspective, the battery capacity is comparable to many standalone power banks. That explains the weight immediately. But despite the massive capacity, the tablet still remains airline safe because it stays below the allowed flight battery limits. Charging takes time, obviously. A battery this massive simply cannot recharge quickly, but the endurance is phenomenal, and this creates one of the best use cases for the entire device. As for connectivity and the hotspot usage, this actually might be one of the best portable camping hotspots you can buy. The cellular reception during my testing was very solid. You get a dual SIM support, 5G connectivity, Wi-Fi hotspot functionality, and yes, actual phone calls are supported. There's even a built-in call recorder. Of course, use that responsibly and according to local laws. But because of the battery capacity, this thing can power a hotspot for absurdly long time. If we dig into the software, well, that's where I would start becoming more critical. The good news first, the tablet launches with Android 16 and HOTWAV promises several years of updates. Security patch level is also current at launch. There are also 2 HOTWAV-developed AI tools included, the Hi-Hoti and the HT Photo X. They combine access to several large language models and AI-powered features at a much lower subscription cost compared to something like OpenAI's ChatGPT Plus, for example. Beyond that, the Android experience is mostly clean. Google services work flawlessly because the device is Google certified, so apps like Google Maps, YouTube and Gmail function normally. HOTWAV thankfully avoids excessive bloatware, although there still are a few apps you will probably want to uninstall. The menus are grouped reasonably well. There are some nice utility additions like download speed indicators and customizable quick toggles, but overall polish is still lacking sometimes. Animations occasionally feel rough, some apps need refinement. The launcher especially feels underdeveloped because I really miss a proper universal search function. So if you expect iPad-level smoothness or premium software refinement, this is not that experience. And since we're talking honestly during the whole time, here are the biggest drawbacks, in my opinion, of course. The weight is significant, perhaps way too significant. Accessory ecosystem is limited. I really wish there was a proper flip case available. There is no automatic brightness sensor, the processor performance is merely acceptable, software polish still needs improvement, so this is absolutely not a premium luxury tablet. In the end, let's be very clear about what the HOTWAV R9 Pro Max actually is and actually is not. It is not an Apple iPad alternative. It's not a Xiaomi Pad alternative or similar. It's not trying to be sleek, elegant or ultra-powerful. This tablet exists for people who prioritize endurance, battery life, durability, outdoor usage, connectivity and practicality over elegance and raw performance. And viewed through that lens, it makes a lot of sense. For the hardware you're getting, I think the price feels fair. And if there's something else you'd like me to test or try out with this tablet, well, let me know in the comments below. And if you already own it, share your own experience as well, because I'm curious how people use devices like this in real life. My usual reminder here, I know reviews like this particular one can make tech feel extremely exciting, but before buying anything, ask yourself whether this product will actually improve your daily life and whether you truly need it. That's it for today's video. Thanks a ton for watching. Subscribe for more thorough experience-based reviews. And I, Michael the Tech Mishko, wish you a fantastic day. Bye.